to respond to you, but
Go right ahead.
Okay. I want to make sure that you're clear, Mr. Giorgio. And I don't know, a few days ago we held a press conference, and to your point in regards to the $105 fee, you may or may not know, but it is our judgment and estimation that this fee should not even be considered on any level. We believe that this fee is illegal, and what we're citing is the New York State Controller's report, which my counsel provided to you, which indicates from going back to cases going back as far back as 1992, and I won't get into the provisions, but obviously the use of this fee being used to balance the entire budget clearly indicates that this fee is illegal. And we believe that the county is vulnerable to future lawsuits. So I know you had mentioned that looking at different ways and maybe not charging for the fee in different aspects, parking, so on and so forth, but we don't believe that any aspect of it should be enforced because we feel that the county is subject and vulnerable to future lawsuits.
I'm very well aware of what you're attempting to do, Legislator Abrahams. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Schwartz?
Frank, just so that we can make the letter that I referenced as part of the record, we'll make sure council gets it to you.
Hi, my name is Mitch Schwartz. I'm on the board of the Nassau Council of Chambers of Commerce. We represent all the chambers of commerce in Nassau County, over 6,000 small businesses, and none of them are happy about this. As you well know, getting people to shop locally is getting increasingly more difficult, and this will not help. It's, you know, one person gets a $205 or $190 fine, they're going to be shopping at Amazon, who does not have these kind of fines. The other thing is, it seems to me that this engenders a slight conflict of interest in terms of the police giving tickets that will fund their operations. There's a little bit of an incentive there to ticket more aggressively than might otherwise be. So we agree wholeheartedly with Councilwoman DeGiorgio that Main Street parking and parking lots that service the small businesses in Nassau County, if you do need to have this kind of fee, be exempt. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Schwartz. I believe it's Mary Ann. Is it Mary Ann Delamonte? I hope I was right.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Ann Dalmonte. I'm the Executive Director of the Greater Port Washington Business Improvement District and a resident in Port Washington, New York. I strongly urge you not to adopt the $105 surcharge proposed in the 2017 Nassau County budget. On Wednesday, August 31st, County Executive Ed Mangano came to Port Washington and hosted a press conference on shopping local at one of our merchants on Main Street. County Executive stated, I quote, that it's very important to support your hometown businesses all year round. Local business is the heartbeat of your community. If you impose this surcharge, this will have a negative impact on Port Washington and all communities in Nassau County. Local merchants will not be the heartbeat of our community anymore. When one customer gets a $190 meter violation ticket for shopping in Port Washington, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to turn to the internet for all of their shopping needs. It's going to deter residents from shopping local. So I ask you, does Nassau County want to destroy local downtowns? If you want to continue to show your support for local businesses, then I urge you not to adopt this excessive ticket surcharge. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Delmonte. Deborah Izzo?
Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm not here to talk about a $105 fee. I'd like to say, to start, I believe with Kevin Abrams that these fees are an unfair burden on small business. I disagree with Julie Marcella of the NCCC that this is not a byproduct of residents not shopping local. but it is a byproduct of poor spending habits and salary raises. I personally had to reduce my own salary to offset my expenses. I believe that the $600 fee for dog groomers and fitness coordinators is absurd. For a first-time license, it's crazy. How does this fee ensure that consumers do not sign contracts with hidden clauses that may or may not hurt them? It's up to them to read what they sign. How does this fee make a groomer follow proper healthy and safety standards? Guess what? There are none. So I ask, what would it really do? Who would it force to these non-existent standards? By the way, how much would this position pay to find out if they're following the standards that don't exist? Because if there's a new position to go and find out if they're following standards, I'd like to apply. I want to ensure you that we follow, if you want to ensure that we follow standards, then you need to start at the beginning and create them, not at the end and charge a license for a fee to uphold them. In the past, they have spoken with ex-legislator David Denneberg and Assemblyman David McDonough about some of these ideas, the types of kennels that are allowed to be used and the types of cleaning products that should be used, etc. There are more hazards for the groomers than the animals that we actually handle. Most groomers are independent contractors that file for themselves, making each of them their own business. That means each groomer will be paying $600. Comparing dog groomers to cosmetologists is totally incorrect. Do you know that they pay $100 approximately for a 4-year license in a state-regulated business with state exams and state classes? Implementing these licenses fee will drive more groomers underground, working out of their homes, or out of Nassau altogether. Any reputable grooming shop now requires shot records and vet checkups. The business community deals with higher taxes, higher electric, wonderful Obamacare, higher gas, water, rent, and operating insurance. Every year, mortgages for people do not increase. I have been in business for over 10 years, and I have had 0 disability and workers' comp claims, and yet I have to pay more each year at a premium rate because we work with animals. I'd like to say, in essence, I am all for raising some taxes and fees, but going to groomers and fitness is totally ludicrous. I believe that the news coverage of the $105 fee was over the top and shielding fees that will hurt small businesses throughout the county. If you want to go through a red light, you need to pay the price. If you put someone in danger, you can pay a price. You're trying to give us a fee for a license for standards that don't exist.
3 minutes has expired.
Can I just make one closing
Yes,
statement?
wrap it up then.
Thank you. In closing, I'd like to say by implementing these fees, we'll be forcing more businesses to either move to Suffolk County, inside the city limits, or go underground. Again, I ask, how can a $600 fee force us to follow health and safety regulations when they do not exist? Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hill.